What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and to another WNBA video. Now, if you are new to the channel, guys, this video is going to look a little bit differently than how I normally format them. Typically, we would break down each and every game on the slate. I would talk about which way that I was leaning as far as the points and the spread. We'd also go over any player props that I found in the games that I like. Today, I do have to do a shortened video, guys. I am going out of town, taking my fiance up to Detroit, man. It's about a 5-hour drive from here in Cincinnati. I'm going to be staying the night up there. Got a concert that we're going to see her favorite band from her teenage years. So, going to be a good time, man. We got 2 kids. We both work full time. I'm like working 2 jobs right now on top of the YouTube, plus she's working full time. We have no time for each other or ourselves. So, gotta get away, man. Gotta have a night. And I do apologize for the inconvenience of, like I said, having a shortened video here. We're just gonna go over my favorite plays on the day. And I know, like I said, it is kind of inconvenient and horrible timing with a 5-game slate coming up on the WNBA tomorrow. Not ideal, but it is what it is, man. I'd rather get you guys out something as opposed to nothing. Also, man, your boy needs a break. I need to get some time in with my girl. I need to get some time in to myself as well. So much needed, and it'll be a great, great time. And I appreciate your guys' patience and still rocking with me even on one of these shortened videos here. So if you guys could smash that like button down there for me still and hit subscribe if you have not already. Now we're going to go over our favorite plays for the day, and if I find anything else that I like on the trip there or on the way back tomorrow morning, we will go ahead and add those in as well, and I'll talk about it over there on the Guy Boston Sports website of why I like it and why we are leaning in that direction. Let's go ahead and get into the mix, man. The first play that I'm looking at is going to be in that Dallas Wings and that Washington Mystics game. Looking at the Mystics on the money line, got that at minus 155 on DraftKings, put a half unit on that. Seeing a better price though now, man, minus 150 over there at ESPN. Now, the Mystics have gone just 2-7 straight up, 4-5 to the number when facing teams sitting at 500 or better this season. Now, against those lower tier teams in the league with losing records, they've gone 3-1 straight up, 4-0 against the spread. Now, the Wings sit at just 7th, allowing points scored from the paint. Washington sits at 3rd for points scored from the paint. And we know, man, Dallas doesn't play a lick of defense, right? They're sitting at 3rd to last for defensive rating. They're relying on an offense that ranks 6th. But Washington really isn't a pushover defensively, man. They're holding opponents to the 3rd lowest shooting percentage overall from the field, the 4th lowest shooting percentage from deep. And just in my opinion, man, Dallas is prime for a letdown spot, right? Winners of 2 straight and on the road here for the 2nd straight. This just looks like a good spot for Washington to get a bounce back win after a tough, tough loss, right? A 1-point loss at Atlanta, their last time out. They're home here as well, man. I'm on the Mystics, right? Like I said, minus 155. I got that at DraftKings. You can get a better price right now, minus 150 on ESPN. Now, this next play I'm looking at, another money line pick, going to be looking at that Fever game, taking on the Las Vegas Aces. Aces are at home here. Now, I got the Fever on the money line, man, minus 118 on FanDuel. I'm seeing the best price available right now, minus 120 at Bet365. So starting to move in that Indiana direction. But, not a lot of movement, right? Nothing crazy right now. This line opened up much shorter than I expected, though, man. And get it to an extent, right? Vegas is just kind of reeling at this point. They're desperate for a win. But that was a big, big reason why I backed them their last time out. And I don't know why I keep backing Vegas. Every time I back them, it just does not go my way, man. I don't know why. It's like that insanity thing. You just keep repeating the same thing. It's the definition of insanity. I must be insane. I just keep backing the Aces. Going back to last year, I can't I can't recall a time that I backed the Aces and they've won, guys. It's been so long at this point. So probably gonna back off any kind of Vegas plays, but here I'm, definitely fading them, man. They held a double-digit lead, throughout much of that contest against Seattle, and then they just fell apart late in the second half, right? Losing to the Storm for their 3rd straight loss, their 5th loss in 6 games. They failed to cover now in 6 in a row. The Aces are a mess, man. They're just such a mess, and I don't get it. There's so much talent over there. It is top heavy, like I talked about in the last video when we covered them. They are very top heavy, but that talent up there at the top, Asia Wilson, one of the best players, if not the best player in the league. Jackie Young is one of the most dynamic scorers in this league. Chelsea Gray is one of the best point guards this league has ever seen. Joy Lloyd. I've definitely talked about her being on a decline and how I feel like she's very inconsistent at this stage in her career, but she's known for being a scorer. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know, man. It's a mess over there. But you look at the Fever, they're coming in off of a loss as well. They're on the road here, but they bring a 1-day rest advantage in over the Aces here. They have simply played far better basketball than Vegas this year. See the Aces sitting at 9th for offensive, defensive, and net rating. Indiana is sitting at 4th across the board in all 3 of those categories. Vegas is scoring the highest percentage of their points in the league from three-point range as well, and the Fever give up the second fewest three-pointers per game at the lowest shooting percentage. Indiana is also leading the league in points scored from the paint. The Aces, they give up the most. So this is a game that I could see Asia having an explosive game, right? She came back and she had moments in the last game as well, just dominating moments like we have come to expect from her. And that's just what this Aces team is, man. Just they're so reliant on Asia. She gives it all she can, and there's just not enough happening around her to lift this team up, in my opinion. I actually went ahead and I took her points in this one as well. It's sitting at 21.5. Her points prop on most books right at plus money, but I paid a little bit of juice. I took her at 20 plus points on FanDuel, got that at minus 156. I like her chances a lot of hitting 20 or more points in this one. She's had a lot of success against this Indiana team too, hitting up and over that mark 3 of her last 4 times facing Indiana. Ultimately, however, I just trust this Fever team as a whole, their depth, their chemistry, over what I've seen from these Aces. So I'm on the Fever here on the money line, like I said, to get that bounce back win here on the road. Now, the third and final play that I am looking at here in this video going to be the Sun and the Valkyries. I guess the fourth play, because like I said, we did put that play in on Asia. So looking at the Sun and the Valkyries, though, the alternate total taking it over 155.5. Both these teams are hitting over this specific number at a 70% rate over their last 10 games. Golden State does sit at fifth for defensive rating this season, and they don't give up a ton inside. They're sitting at second for points allowed from the paint, but they do allow the third most points scored off of turnovers this season. That's an area where the Sun have actually been pretty decent. They're sitting at fourth in the W for points scored off of turnovers, and they are forcing the fifth most turnovers per game. Now, these are two of the lower scoring offenses in the W. Yes, they are two of the slower paced teams in the league as well. Yes, but at 155.5, we just need to see these two land in the high 70s, or one of them hit into the low 80s while the other hits around the mid 70s or so. So I feel like it's doable here, man. Between these two teams, head to head. Golden State has had recent offensive explosion type of games, right? Going for 88 against Indiana their last time out. They put up 89 on the Sparks and 95 on the Aces in recent games. I just feel like that offense is starting to gel more and more. And that Connecticut defense can't cover a wall with a bucket of paint. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be on it over here for this one as well. That is going to do it, guys. Like I said, kind of a shortened video today. I do apologize for the inconvenience once again, but we will be back in full swing next Tuesday. No games on Monday. So yeah, Monday night, expect a video from me, another full length video where we break down, analyze each of the games. We go over all the points and the spreads, player props, all that jazz like we normally do. I do appreciate your guys' patience with me, man. Having a blast so far this season, though. The not all the bets have gone exactly how we have, how we've wanted. Hovering around 500 with our overall record so far for this season. I've kind of been bouncing up and down between red and green as far as our profits, unit wise, right? We'll get up there where we're up a unit, and then we just slowly creep down, and now we're down a quarter unit, down a half a unit, then we'll get back up to being up half a unit, and it's just kind of been like that so far this season, right? But we're gonna keep riding that wave, man. We're gonna stay consistent, keep doing things the way that we've been doing, and just expect for that heater to come, man. That's where I'm at. Just staying patient. It's hard because we went on such good runs last season, especially at the end of the year. There was I think a span in the playoffs where we were like 20-2 or something like that. Just going on crazy heaters, man. So the up and the down this year has been a little frustrating so far to open the year, but I know it's early. You know what I mean? We're a little over a month into the season, so can't get too upset, can't get too high or low. We just look to keep pushing, man, and have a good night here tonight. So I'll see you guys back on Monday night. Like I said, hope you guys all cash out. Hope you all have a great night. I'll see you back for the next one.